Record low approval ratings and 5 separate investigations casting a cloud over his presidency. Donald Trump is already looking ahead to the 2020 campaign.
Yeah, the president held a campaign-style rally in Iowa tonight, and he came out swinging to all of his critics.
KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with the story. Dave.
Yeah, and in holding the rally this early, he could be setting a record, the president, being the earliest, I think. President Trump spoke for more than an hour and had plenty to say, including a possible new twist on the border wall, the newest GOP version of the health care plan, and why he wouldn't appoint a poor person to an economic position in his administration. At another political rally that could kick off the earliest presidential re-election campaign in history. With the music blasting and the crowd cheering wildly, President Trump headlined a campaign-style rally in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, already pursuing re-election in 2020 by kicking off the campaign that never ends, revving up his ardent supporters with fiery rhetoric straight out of last year's campaign, like this about criminal illegal immigrant gangs.
Every single day, we are finding these gang members, these drug dealers, thieves, robbers, predators, criminals, killers, horrible killers. And we are throwing them the hell out of our country.
Mr. Trump also revealed a new twist on the border wall.
We're talking about the southern border. Lots of sun, lots of heat. We're thinking about building the wall as a solar wall, so it creates energy and pays for itself.
And the president had a new twist on immigration rules that he says would preserve resources for needy Americans, not immigrants.
I believe the time has come for new immigration rules which say that those seeking admission into our country must be able to support themselves financially and should not use welfare for a period of at least 5 years.
And Trump, who slammed the Wall Street crowd during his campaign, defended his cabinet and economic advisors, many of whom have deep backgrounds in Goldman Sachs.
These are people that are great, brilliant business minds, and that's what we need, that's what we have to have, so the world doesn't take advantages of it. And I love all people, rich or poor, but in those particular positions, I just don't want a poor person. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you insist, I'll do it. But I like it better this way, right?
But after that line, the crowd's silence was deafening. The speech comes on the eve of the Senate's expected unveiling of the latest version of a proposed Republican health care plan to replace Obamacare.
I hope the Republican Senate, we have a very slim 52 to 48. That means we basically can't lose anybody. And I think, and I hope, can't guarantee anything, but I hope we're going to surprise you with a really good plan. You know, I've been talking about a plan with heart. I said, add some money to it. A plan with heart. But Obamacare is dead.
The Washington Post is now reporting Republicans are putting the final touches on a health care plan that would dramatically roll back Medicaid while easing the impact on Americans who stand to lose coverage under the new bill. And the president continued his attacks on the mainstream news media, which he portrayed as the enemy of the public good.
These entrenched forces are fighting only for themselves, and in many cases for their survival. But I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for you. I mean, they have phony witch hunts going against me. They have everything going. And you know what? All we do is win, win, win.
The witch hunt comment was the president's only reference to the Russia investigation by the special counsel and congressional committees. And the win, win, win was a reference to the Tuesday night Georgia congressional special election, which was won by Republican Karen Handel, despite a massive Democratic campaign to win the seat.
They thought they were going to win. And they've been unbelievably nasty. Really nasty. And they thought they spent close to $30 million on this kid. You know, they're still trying to figure where all of those voters came from. Those voters came out of the hills. These are hard-working.
Now, some Democrats are calling for new leadership and fresh ideas after the party lost all 4 special elections this year to replace Trump appointees who were Congress members.
We better take a good, long, strong look in the mirror and realize that the problem is us. It's the party.
Massachusetts Congressman Seth Moulton tweeted, "We need a genuinely new message, a serious jobs plan that reaches all Americans, and a bigger tent, not a smaller one. Focus on the future." Now, the New York Times reports that today some Democrats pressed House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi to step down. And Congressman Tony Cardenas from Panorama City suggested it's time now for the party to have an open conversation about Pelosi's impact on the party's decline. Jeff, Elsa, back to you.